I rise today in strong support of my Congressional Review Act, Joint Resolution of Disapproval, which seeks to overturn the Department of Energy's final rule on the Energy Conservation Program for appliance standards, certification, labeling, and enforcement requirements. Over the past 4 years, the Biden-Harris administration has flooded our economy with burdensome regulations, stifling growth and restricting Americans' freedoms. In total, these regulations have imposed a staggering $1.7 trillion in costs on American people. Unfortunately, House Republicans and President Trump are committed to rolling back these unnecessary and costly mandates. The latest example of overreach came in October 2024, when the Department of Energy finalized new certification, labeling, and enforcement requirements affecting 20 different consumer and commercial products, including dishwashers, central air conditioners, heat pumps, washing machines, battery chargers, and light bulbs. These new mandates add unnecessary red tape, disrupt supply chains, limit consumer choice, and drive up prices. You know, it's time to get the Washington bureaucracy out of Americans' everyday lives. My legislation seeks to rescind this final rule, which places excessive costs and bureaucratic obstacles on appliance manufacturers, costs that will inevitably be passed down to consumers. In its broader push against fossil fuels, the Biden administration has imposed at least 31 appliance regulations at an estimated cost of over $60 billion. This resolution would eliminate Biden-era energy conservation certification and labeling regulations, ensuring that American consumers, not Washington bureaucrats, decide which appliances best fit their needs. Even the Biden-Harris Department of Energy acknowledges that this rule will increase annual costs for individual manufacturers by $213,000 and require an additional 2,905 hours of compliance paperwork, just paperwork. A major burden, particularly for small businesses. As a small business owner myself, I understand how crushing regulations like these harm the small businesses that drive our economy, especially in rural communities like Northeast Georgia. Last November, the American people soundly rejected the Biden-Harris administration's disastrous policies. Now, as President Trump moves swiftly to get our country back on track, Congress must act to roll back these costly, misguided regulations, starting with the Department of Energy's appliance rule. I thank Chairman Guthrie and I thank Chairman Griffin and House leadership for prioritizing this common sense legislation. I urge my colleagues to support its final passage to protect consumer choice, reduce costs, and eliminate unnecessary regulatory burdens. Thank you, and I yield back.